And I'm not gonna mess with your seats or mirrors. Alright, when you get in, they're gonna be on the outside of the vehicle for you as of right now. Anything can change. When you start, they're gonna give you a thumbs up to go ahead and start. Place your vehicle in drive. Signal your intent to the right. Without having to think of numbers and stuff, the best way I've learned to teach teens where they catch on. First, do you have a backup camera on your car?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Wait, no, I don't.
No?
No.
Okay, so the car you're testing in doesn't have a backup camera? Okay, so yours is going to be a little bit different. So you're going to be at least one arm length from the mirror to the second cone, and you're going to stop at the third cone. This basically represents a car. If it was an actual car, you're going to be parking right next to the car that's in front of you, that's in front of the empty space, okay? Then you're going to place it in reverse. You're going to turn your vehicle all the way to the right, okay? Since you don't have mirrors, don't look at this right here. Since you don't have a backup camera on your parents' vehicle, you're going to focus on the mirrors. A little bit more difficult because now everyone's been so spoiled where you can just look and get in there, but it's okay. So you're going to look in your mirror and you want to get your tire in line with the curb, okay? And it's easier when we have a card to explain with it, but there's no card. There's cones, okay? So when there's a card, then you can explain it, but most people never use parallel in their life. As you back up, looking in your mirror, you're watching and waiting until your back tire lines up with that curb. Once it lines up with the curb, you're still in reverse. You're going to start turning to the left, backing up a little bit, okay? Turning to the left, backing up a little bit, turning to the left, backing up a little bit, and then you're going to get to the point where your wheel's all the way to the left, okay? You're going to keep going. Now, once you see that your front of your vehicle, and keeping in mind you're looking at the cone behind you not to hit it, it's straight. You're going to turn your wheel again. Remember, this represents straight. This also represents that it's angled. So you just want to take your foot off the brake a little bit just to feel where it's going, okay? Because this is also looks like it's straight, right? But when you go like this, it's actually turned, okay? So you get the wheel, and it's straight. So I'm going to back up. Now, when I go forward, this is the time for me to make any correction. The rule is you don't want to be 6 inches too close to the curve, so no more than 6 inches and no further out than 18 inches, okay? So this is when I'm looking in my mirror. If I got to adjust it a little bit to look, if you got to lift yourself up a little bit, you're looking. I'll say, am I too close or too far? At this time, I feel like I'm perfect, but nobody's perfect. So let's pretend I'm too close. If you're too close, you're going to go out and straight. If you're too far out, you're going to go in and straight. So without taking your foot off the brake, the key thing with parallel parking is less gas, less brake, taking your foot off the brake, more steering wheel. Because the moment you take your foot off the brake and you place it on the gas, you lose that space. You lose whatever little space your car moves, you lose that space to be able to maneuver. And so let's say I'm going to go out. So I'm going to turn my wheel to the left. The determination on how much to turn it to the left is going to be you, based on you. Then I'm going to take my foot off the brake just a little bit, like a little bunny hop, just so I can feel how far it's going out. So I'm hopping. Okay, you see how it's turning? All right. I said I'm happy there. So now I'm going to go back to straighten it up. You see it? And then remember, you know your wheels are straight when your steering wheel's like this and you feel it going straight. Remember, it looks like it's straight here. You don't want to do that. You want to make sure it's here. Once you feel that you're good, you'll play in park. They'll check it. They're not gonna like take out a measuring stick or anything. They're gonna eyeball it. They'll know if you're like still halfway in the street, and they'll know if you're on the steering wheel. Then they're gonna let you know, okay, you did great. It's not over yet. Now you want to get out. Just think about this step. Okay, I want to get out. How do I get out? First, you want to create space. So since your wheels are already straight, you're gonna go just straight back, looking over your shoulder since you don't have a camera. I know, right? That's hard. Looking in the cone and right there, placing and drive. Signal to the left, keeping your foot on the brake. Turn your steering wheel all the way to the left. You must look over your shoulder fully, not like this. Over your shoulder fully, and then get out of the parking spot. You don't have to worry about hitting a cone because you've turned your wheel all the way to the left, okay? I'm going to do it again. And like I said, the steps we teach, it's so simple that students are like, oh, we got this. And how old are you? 15. When do you turn 16? I don't know what to tell me. March. Yay, because I just wrote your certificate. So you have more than enough time because you have part of the requirements of getting your provisional license is you have to hold your learner's permit for 6 months and you have to be 16. So you know where Pat Booker is. You can come here anytime during the weekends or after 5 because you see the sign that says no practicing during business hours and you can come practice. I recommend brushing up on it, towards your 6 month mark or your 16th birthday. Tell your mom to schedule your appointment um, at least in January, okay? At least in January, at least 90 days out, just to ensure you'll have an appointment on your 16th birthday or the day after your 16th. You don't want to wait too close, and then they're like, oh, okay, May. And you're like, what? So, all right, same thing. When you're practicing with me, I want you to put your vehicle back in park because you remember how you practice. So even though we're going in a circle, if I don't make you put your vehicle in park, you're gonna forget. I'm afraid you're gonna forget the signal part or something. Okay? So they signal, you may start, place vehicle in drive, confirm it is in drive, signal my intent. Driving straight. Again, there's a number that you can use. How many feet? We're not focused on that. We're looking at 1 arm length from the cone, from the mirror in your cone, okay? Because not too close, not too far. And then we stop at the third cone. Place it in reverse. Turn your steering wheel all the way to the right. Looking over your shoulder, using your side mirrors, you're lining up that wheel. All right, once I see it lined up, then I start turning to the left, braking a little. Turn to the left, I'm braking a little. Even if you got to stop to look, and then once you get your steering wheel turned all the way, you're good. All right. All right. Now, once you get, again, the vehicle straight, you just go straight back, okay? But I'm going to pretend, let's pretend we're at the curb, okay? Hitting the curb is not a fail. Going over the curb is a fail. That's another reason why we teach the students go really, really slow because they can't see it when you tap the curb, but you can feel it. If you feel a little resistance, put your foot on the brake. Again, the goal is just to get into the spot. So let's pretend right now I left it at an angle a little bit. What I'm going to do, I'm going to place it in drive. I'm going to turn my vehicle to the right all the way. And again, take your foot off the brake just a little bit. You see how the car turns? Perfect. And then you straighten it back up. All right. Now you're done. You always have to put it in park to indicate that you're done. Because if you don't and you're just sitting there and you're like, when they're coming over, they're going to assume you're thinking about what to do next or you're doing something. And so you have to put it in park and done. So they're gonna say you did great. You must have went to A+ Driving Academy. You're gonna like I sure did. So then you're gonna create space, and you're gonna make sure you're looking at the cone. Again, if you feel resistant, it's no problem. You're gonna turn on your turn signal to the left. Turn your vehicle all the way to the left. Look over your left shoulder, and then you can get out. And that's it. It'll be your turn. Okay. The things that make people fail automatically with parallel parking. Most people think, oh, I don't want to hit the curb. I don't want to hit the curb. They focus on the wrong thing. What do you think one of the things is that makes them fail?
Like doubting
No, 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 not necessarily psychologically, but actually failing it, like with the checklist on the. What do you think? What point do you think causes them to fail?
um like hitting like the cone.
See, and that's again. So most students think it's always the hitting the curb, hitting the cone. Actually, what causes them to fail is the signal. They forget to signal in, or they forget to signal out. And here's the thing: when you take the test, they're not going to tell you if you pass or fail until you're done with the whole test. Okay, so if you start off, not saying you would do it, but when a student starts off and they are excited and they're like, okay, go, and they go for it and they don't signal and they do great, everything else, they're going to say, unfortunately, you failed, you didn't signal going in. So remember, signal and head checks. I don't like being on camera. second cone, nice and slow, nice and easy. And stop at the third one. Place the vehicle in reverse. Keeping your foot on the brake, turn your wheel all the way to the right. Keep your foot on the brake. There you go, turn it all the way to the right. Is that all the way? Okay. Now using this mirror, you're gonna line up your tire to that curb, okay? So you're gonna keep going back until you see it straighten the line. Right there, right there. So now remember, when you take your foot off the brake, you're losing space. So the more, if you hit the gas or if you take your foot off the brake a lot, you're going to lose that space and you didn't get a chance to turn. So now the key is to turn to the left, take your foot off the brake a little bit. So go ahead, take your foot off the brake a little bit. There you go, turn to the left, take your foot off, and turn all the way to the left now. And let it go. There you go. Now this is just a little dip in the parking lot. So go ahead and give it a little tiny bit of a, just to get out of that little, they need to fix it. It's kind of raggedy. Go ahead. And then look here. There you go. I'm going to turn it off next. Oh my gosh, I keep forgetting. Yeah, okay. Good, good. All right, now you're straight. You see the front is straight? Now turn your wheel right there. It should be straight, right? And just take your foot off the brake a little bit to see if it's going to go straight back. Does it feel like it's straight? Perfect. Okay, keep going. Looking at the cone. Keep going. All right, stop right there. All right, now right here is where you're going to place it in drive. Now you want to look in front of you, seeing where your vehicle is. You want to say, am I too close to the curb? Am I too far from the curb? Okay, and you can also look here. You can also adjust your mirror if you need to take a look.
I'm too close.
Okay, so what you're going to do, since you're already in drive, is you're going to take the vehicle out and straight. Not a lot, just a little bit, okay? So remember, you keep your foot on the brake. Good job. You're going to move up a little. Once you feel it go out, then you straighten it. So keep going. All right, now straighten it. Right there. Okay, forward. Perfect. Now stop. Park. First time. Good job. Remember, 6 inches, 18 inches. That was great. Now, to get out, you want to create space. So you want to hit in reverse. Okay? And you want to fill the vehicle. Remember, because your wheel can deceive you. That may look like it's straight, but it may not be. So you're going to take your foot off the brake a little bit. Good. Good. All right. Now place it in drive. Remember, we're looking in the mirror. All right. Turn on your turn signal. Turn your wheel all the way to the left. There you go. Look over your shoulder and exit the parking spot. Good, good, good. All right, let's go around again. And let me turn this off. All right, now the screen is off. All right, this time you want me to talk you through it or you want to think through it?
I can try to think through it.
Okay. All right, Kaylee, you may start your DPS test.
Wait, is this one or?
That's just a win.
Oh.
Okay, I'm gonna put in park. I'm gonna tell you this now. Go ahead. You got it the first, the second, the third, and the fourth time that you did it. The first time you got in and you went forward, you were done. And then you went back and you went forward and you were done. And you went back and you went forward. So tell me what was in your mind.
I don't know. I thought I was like too far from the curb.
Okay. No, you were good. You were like excellent. See, every time you were good.
Oh.
It's okay. Okay, so it's not the end. I want you to get out the curb. I mean, get out the parking spot now. And I want you to do it again. This time, have confidence in yourself and feel it. Remember, look, once you're in there, you can tell by looking at the curb in front of you, which will technically be a vehicle. Get out. Don't forget to signal and head check. There you go. All right, we're going to go around. You had it the first time. Yep, you did. And I was like, goodness, good job, girl. But it's okay. time and think. You're in the reverse already. You're already, yep, there you go. All the way. Now you see that it's straight? There you go. There you go. Good job. Look at you. That was perfect. All right. Now you got to get out. You got to signal and head check. Yep. That would be a fail. So you got to make sure you signal and head check. We're going to do it one more time because we're crunching. We're kind of tight for time because I want you to get it with the head check coming out. Just remember when you get ready to go out, signal, head check.
Okay.
We're pretending like it's a real street with lots of cars coming by, which is another reason why most people don't use parallel parking because in the real world, you have cars behind you when you're trying to parallel park. All right, Kaylee, you may start your DPS test. Take your time, breathe, and think of all the steps. All right, you failed. Go back around. You didn't signal. It's okay. I'm not gonna make you go through the whole thing. Just remember, you got the maneuver down. You got the getting into the parking spot perfect. It's just signal, signal to get in. Just think about real world. It's real life. You're signaling because cars are behind you, so you're letting them know that you're getting into a parking spot. The whole DPS test itself is 10 minutes, no more than 13. All right, may start your DPS test. Take your time and think. Excellent. You got that like perfect. All right, now let's pass it. You want to create space. Good job, man. All right, let me show you one more thing they're going to cover on the test. Go around. All right, Mom, did you see that? You heard all the steps? She does really well. She's nailed the parallel parking. Just got to remind her to signal in and signal out and head check out. Other than that, she has the maneuver itself down. She doesn't even hit the curb. All right, this time when we go around, we're not going to go on the inside of the curb. We're going to be on the outside of the curb. Right here on the outside where this arrow is. All right, you see this little raggedy line? It's an imaginary line. We're going to be between the curb and the imaginary line. So get over. There you go. Go straight. All right, and stop right here. All right. Again, you don't have a backup camera, so the next thing they're going to teach, go over, not in the same order, they're going to make you drive first, is reverse going in a straight line for 5 to 10 seconds. So go ahead and place it in reverse. There's a couple of ways you can do it. But hold on one second. Because you want to look back or whatever, some people always teach to hold here because while you're turning your whole body, you know that if your hand goes like this, you're moving the car. If you're using two hands, you don't really have a good gauge on if it's straight, okay? So I want you to try it with just one hand up here. You can put your other hand behind here, or some people I've seen place it on the seat just so they can look up, look behind them. There you go. And as long as you can feel your steering wheel staying straight with your hand, all right, go straight back. Just want to keep it straight. There you go. And stop. Perfect. You got that. Okay, was it easy? How it feel?
It was a little easy,
A little
but like
easy? It feels weird with that?
yeah.
Okay, go forward and then try it a way that you think you'll be comfortable. And we'll see. As long as you got it, that's all that matters. And then you don't have to do it that way. Like if you think however way you feel like it's going to be comfortable, try it that way. If you think two hands will be comfortable, you can do it that way. Just find what makes you comfortable, and we'll see if it works. All right, stop. Up, up. Okay, you did perfect. The only thing is that will fail you is when you're reversing, never stop looking back until the car stops completely. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
So we're gonna go up one more time, and then this time when you reverse, I want to make sure that you never stop looking back until your car has not moved. It stopped completely. Mom, did you hear that? So when you're teaching her the reversing, make sure she keeps looking behind her until the vehicle has stopped. Good job. And stop. All right, perfect. Put in drive. All right, that's it. Okay. And we're going to drive back to your house. And then, they're going to take you on the regular road. They're going to take you in the neighborhood. The key thing I want you to remember is do not go above 20 in the neighborhood. People go into the neighborhood and they don't necessarily see, go ahead, turn right. They don't necessarily see a speed limit sign. Go straight in, left. Yep, we're going to get back on the highway to get home. And so if they go across this neighborhood, hold on one second. We're going to go left. Once the light turns green. And they go 25, they go 26. It's implied neighborhoods go 20 until you see the speed limit. If you see the speed limit and it says go 30, then you can go 30. But most of the neighborhoods they're going to take you to are going to say 20 for the purpose of them wanting to make sure that you know that. Like this one right here, if they take you to that neighborhood, you don't even see a speed limit until you get around the corner. So go 20. Other than that, they're gonna put you on a regular road like this. Just use your regular signal, turn into the lane that's closest to you, stuff like that. Maintain your speed, maintain your following distance, don't tailgate, and that's it. Your test literally is 10 minutes long. Majority of it is through parallel parking. By the time you take your test, you will more likely be taking it with us if you choose to do so. All right, because by the time you're 16, we will be licensed in the state of Texas to be a testing center. So come November, we'll have our license to be a testing site because DPS gets too busy and they're certifying driving schools. So we're just on the wait list. And that's it. All right, Mom, did you hear all the pointers for everything? She said yes. All right, perfect. All right, I'm going to go ahead and turn this off so I can let Aiden know that I'm going to be running just a little bit late, okay? Other than that, I sent you the email already that says congratulations. She's going to get this certificate. At the bottom is where you guys will sign once you've done the parallel parking. Is where you're going to sign, Mom, or whoever teaches her the 30 hours. You're going to check on the 30-hour box and sign and put your driver's license number. Let me know if you're still here. Okay? And then this one is for your insurance, okay? Keep this locked away so you don't lose it. This is going to be required for her to take when she takes her test, the driving test. Like I said, if you choose to go with us, when she turns 16, that is an option. Um, what else? What else? You got the welcome email. She has to watch a impact driving. Do not watch it unless you're 90 days out from taking the test. If you take it too soon, it's going to expire. And all it is a video that she has to watch. And that's it. You're welcome. Have a good one.